come here from Australia to work together with our partner CGA and you guys to understand your village and learn more about the need for clean water.
We're following 4 Aussie guys as they experience Cambodia for the first time. This is what they've come for, to help provide clean water for Cambodian families by building biosand water filters. The filters are built by mixing cement and pouring it into steel mould.
I think I've seen a video, I've heard on this.
Eric, how does this compare with building back in Australia?
A little bit different, probably a little bit more meaningful actually, and a touch hotter.
It's actually quite straightforward in terms of what's supposed to be done, and again, finding something so easy can be make such a big difference. The system they've got going here is great. I think the locals are teaching us more about how to do it than we know ourselves, which is great.
It's great. Love doing stuff with my hands and getting out and getting dirty. So much different to what we do at home, and I love it.
The biosand water filter is one of the simplest and easiest ways to provide a poor family with clean water. Once the cement has been mixed and poured into the mould, the concrete is allowed to cure. Then the filter is filled with 2 layers of stones and a layer of sand. Samaritan's Purse has provided 170,000 filters globally and 95,000 throughout Cambodia through their global water program.
The guys are building their first biosand filters together with our Cambodian partner, Cambodia Global Action. We're here in the village of Don Toy, 2 hours north of Phnom Penh, and we're building biosand filters as part of the program run by Samaritan's Purse to give clean water to families in the village. They were originally kind of a bit scared to get in, but typical blokes, you give them a shovel and a bit of concrete and they're jumping all over it, so it's going really well.
Well, as you can see, Martin, I'm pretty much exhausted. Lather of sweat, using old primitive tools that we wouldn't use in Australia, but fantastic feeling though at the same time, Martin. It really is good.
What I'm going to challenge you guys to experience now is how difficult it actually is to get water from one source to another. And a lot of Cambodians will walk on average 500 metres to 1 kilometre a day, 2 or 3 times a day to source water. This is where the Tonle Sap River, through just the flooding has come up so high. This is actually normally a road in the village, and you can see houses all around us that are actually significantly affected by the flooding right now.
A bit easy at the moment, big floods, but 1 kilometre about there and back, so 2 Ks, 3 times a day. It's pretty heavy.
As you can see before us here, this is very turbid water. It's water that's from the flooding. It's also mixed with probably a bit of animal feces, a bit of bacteria. Obviously not good water, but in many situations around the world, people are drinking this every single day because they have no filtration. And right now, particularly here, where there's flooding, there's no dry timber, so your ability to boil water is also reduced as well. Basically, the biosand filter mimics a lot of the groundwater process in that you have here what's called the diffuser plate, okay, and the turbid surface water is poured through here. Inside the filter here, you have what's called the big rock, the small rock, and then about 40 odd centimetres of sand. And it's used because the fact that the porosity of the sand works very well for the chemical, or the biological bacteria to be trapped as it's going through the process. This is the before and the after. This is the surface water from the current Tonle Sap River that's flooded into the village. And you can see if you were drinking this right now, you can't actually see the microorganisms. There's a lot of bacteria living in there, which wouldn't be very healthy for you. This is after it's gone through a biosand filter.
Now, one of the nice things was that we did 6 filters in the course of 24 hours, which effectively will give 6 families fresh water indefinitely. So that's a big thing.
The big question is, seeing I've been involved in building this one, whether it'll be the first water filter that that is defective. We'll see, it's about to be opened.
I came to build things, but they don't need me building things. These programs, the BSF program through Samaritan's Purse and other organisations, they are professionally run, fantastic outfits with incredibly dedicated and fantastic people. It was great to see the resources that we had raised as a group of guys on the ground making a difference and actually hitting where it needs to hit. It was great to build things, even though it wasn't in the end about building things. It was about awareness.
I found it a privilege, and one of the things that I was blown away by was just how happy these people are. And although we're giving, we feel like we're giving, it's only a small thing, but what they've given back to us is, for me, is a lesson on how to be content and what happiness is.
Any other thoughts on the time in the village?
Yeah, the extraordinary thing was coming here thinking that as a group we're coming to install sand filters for the villagers. Well, we get here and they're doing it already, and they're so well trained. In fact, I had a lady villager come over here and take the shovel off me and show me how to throw the cement around and get it to the right thing. So it was a great lesson, but to see it in action and see the Cambodian people actually doing it themselves is a real great thing to see, and really shows what support that other people from outside need to give to keep these sort of wonderful programs going.
You know, it's great to see that there's existing programs on the ground that are extremely successful, and for me the takeaway is that I need to go home and support the existing programs and not think that the programs need to be established by guys like me. We need to go home and support very successful programs that are making a difference on the ground.
After the break, the guys experience Christmas